Eric Strebel. I'm an industrial designer. Welcome to my channel about product design and making. Alfred backpack hanger in stainless steel and aluminum, designed by me, holds your backpack, lets you charge your phone, holds your keys, super versatile. So I'm packing up some here that were recently sold. Thanks for those of you who've purchased recently. It really helps support the channel. So for our paper fiber, we're going to be cutting up corrugated cardboard. That's essentially all that molded pulp products are, is basically chopped up fibers of paper. Recycled paper is very sustainable, eco-friendly, a great way to make a recycled product. I'm weighing out how much chopped up cardboard we have because I want to establish a ratio between dry paper and the amount of water we use in the project. Two-in-one blender. This is what we're going to use to pulp up our cardboard. I'm going to take the chopped up corrugated cardboard that we cut up, and we're going to add water to it, and we're going to mix it inside of this blender to give us our paper pulp. All right, when you start to add water to the corrugated cardboard, and as you chop it up, the dry cardboard really starts to suck up the water. You'll end up using or needing a lot more liquid than you anticipated that you think that you're going to need. You also want to make sure that you pulp the mixture quite fine. You don't want any chunks inside of your mixture for later. Hang on a second, there's something going on. Toasting this one off. Why is it doesn't seem like it's that thick? Oh, the smoke. Oh my gosh. That's not gonna last long, is it?
I would pour it out. I think.
Okay. Let's get a ninja involved here. Let's get the pro, the Ninja Pro, that other food processor, whatever, mixer, whatever the hell it's called, piece of junk. That thing lasted literally 20 minutes before we broke it. All right, so this Ninja blender is great for this. It has 3 blades in it, and it really pulps up our mixture quite well. And so this is working way, way better to pulp our corrugated cardboard. Very pleased with this unit. I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can get one. I'm sure it makes great smoothies as well. All right, as I was saying before the Oster blender stopped working, you really want to pulp this stuff really well. You do not want to have any chunks in your pulp, because when we go to mold this product at the end, we want to have a smooth, homogeneous, consistent mixture to make our product with. So these are my 2 buckets full of pulp, and this is what we're going to use to mold the product with.
Make sure you delete that. Together?
I'm using a pretty large container here, and there's probably about 27 liters of water in this container. So altogether, I estimate we're using about 35 liters of water because we used a fair amount just to pulp everything up. It's important that you suspend the pulp uniformly in the water so that when we go to mold, we get a uniform coating on our mold. I would say the ratio of water is 35 liters to 750 grams of dry corrugated fiber that we started with. I didn't use all of the stuff that we chopped up. This is the first pull on this part, and I'm not coating the mold too heavily on this first pull. I want to see how things kind of go, and I'm going to press the wireless charger into the space to create a nice negative space that the charger is going to sit in later. And I'm very careful here. We'll press it down and we'll have a nice space. I'm going to use my food dehydrator to dry the pulp in a faster process, right? In an industrial setting, you would have a big conveyor belt heater that this would go through and probably take less than 10 minutes to dry the part. In my case, it took maybe 4 or 5 hours to dry this one part. I'm going to cut some holes in the top of my box that I've placed over the food dehydrator and over the pulped part inside of the mold to dry. Just as a reminder, if you haven't seen the Team C's hashtag from the other YouTubers, we're trying to raise $30 million to remove 30 million pounds of plastic from the world's oceans. Head on over to teamcs.org to make your donation. Link in the description below. This is my second attempt. I thought the first one was a little bit thin, so we're going to do another one that's going to give us a more realistic wall thickness. Now, normally in an industrial process, when you are pulp molding, you're going to have a negative mold that's going to come down on top of your part, and it's going to kind of squish it from the top. That's going to help squeeze some of the water out, but it's going to help give you some definition on the other side of your part. And I'm using a little piece of screen here to help give me some of that definition, since I do not have a top mold. I've cut out some acrylic discs and I'm placing that acrylic there to simulate my charger. And we're going to leave that in the part while it dries to get our final part. All right, about 5 hours have passed and the part is fully dry. Let's remove it by cutting it out of the frame. This is a nice part. It looks like it has uniform thickness and good definition on the backside that was against the frame. I'm glad I tamped things down with the screen to give it a little bit more of a finished look. I'm going to use a pair of heavy-duty shears here to cut the unit out. It's not perfectly flat, so I can't just put a ruler down on it. I'm going to make a couple lines, and this is where the end piece slots into the base to fold over. I'm going to put a little water onto the joints where we bend things so we don't tear the paper fibers too much, and make it a little bit easier for us to bend and assemble the unit. That looks very nice. Let's go ahead and cut a hole in the back so that we can slip the USB-C connector from the Blitzwolf wireless charging unit through the unit and attach it where it's supposed to go. There'll be a link down below where you can get a wireless charger like this as well. If you're a manufacturer and you're interested in licensing this product for production, feel free to reach out. This whole series, if you haven't seen the whole thing, has really been a lot of fun, taking a concept and bringing it all the way into production prototype of an eco-friendly, sustainable product. So this is the final product. I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. You could easily switch out wireless chargers here. For our society that is a throwaway culture, you're going to use this for 6 months to a year. We need to start thinking differently about how we design the products and the materials that we choose to design those products with. If you're not going to design a product that's going to last a lifetime, then we need to look at a different material than just plastic. And this is certainly an eco-friendly, sustainable material that's worth a second look for designing a product. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Make sure to hit the bell so you get notifications every time I have a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below and on the channel page. Rock on. Don't forget to check out the t-shirts and hoodies in the merch shelf below. Click here to check out some of the other design and making videos that I have that you might enjoy.